Okay,
What's
we're
that?
recording.
You're recording? Okay. Yeah, it's new right now.
Yes.
Okay. I want to be very, very conscientious and respectful of Grace's time because she's one busy lady with those two sweet boys and the kitty hubby that I'm taking permission to say that because she says it all the time as well. That's right.
Come say hi to everyone. Give them a little eye candy real quick.
Oh, let's see.
That's right.
Oh, wait, we
Mhm.
need to spotlight
looking-
that. We need to spotlight that. Can you spotlight that?
He's looking especially fine today. So
There you go.
that's worth your price of admission right there.
There we go. You are awesome. You
Amazing.
are
You're the
awesome.
only one with the cutie hubby, just saying.
Yeah. I'm glad my husband stepped out because he'd probably be like, hey, why don't you refer to me that way? So
Right.
and then she has two of the cutest little boys. How old are they now, Grace?
8 and 2. 8,
Oh my
I should
gosh.
say 8 going on like 48 and 2
Yes.
going on probably gonna destroy the world. Whatever.
Yes. Because I have two grandsons that live here in Houston and they are keeping my daughter on her toes. It is just,
Mhm.
he's like, boys are
They
so
do.
cute. And I had 3 girls, so I just have to believe her. So anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna let you take over and just tell us a little bit about yourself and have at it.
Wait, Lisa,
Okay.
wait. You know what? Can you spotlight her? Do you know, can anybody, I don't know if anybody.
I don't
else-
know how to do that. Tell me how to do it real quick. Patty.
So, click on the right 3 dots on her
Okay.
square and it should say,
Aha, got it. Okay.
got
Oh.
it.
Okay,
I've been
thanks, Patty.
spotlighted.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And there's 12. It's just, this is for Lisa. There are 12 people on here, Lisa.
Good, yay, okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody except for Lisa, Patty, and Grace.
Okay.
Okay, I just making sure that I wasn't muted because I saw, oh, that must be the spotlight. It looks like a little thumbnail or
Yeah.
something. Okay,
Yeah.
it just threw me for a loop. I don't know if I've ever been spotlighted before. I feel probably a little too important right now. I don't even know
No,
if I
that's
can.
awesome.
So a little about me. So I'm in the business 18 years. So like totally oldie and moldy. And, you know, I always laugh because people will be like, tell us your stats and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, guys, I've earned the trips, I've earned the awards, blah, blah, blah. That's all great. Pampered Chef is wonderful. But what I'm most proud of with my business is the fact that God has blessed our family so abundantly that this is our family's only source of income. It's been that way for many, many years now. So we can totally live our lives according to our priorities. I recently started volunteering at a pregnancy resource center twice a week, which I adore. I get to take 3-day weekends every week and we get to raise our boys according to how we see fit. You know, I don't have to send them off to a daycare or anything. My mom moved in with us last year, so that was cool, you know, so we've been able to have fun times with her because, you know, this is our gig. So that honestly is what I'm most proud of right there. And booking are such a passion of mine because that's the heart of our business, correct? Like if you don't have bookings, I mean, you can sell, but you need the bookings for that future business.
Right.
And, you know, so the very first thing that I want to kind of ask you all is what's in your brain right now? Like, what's your mindset regarding your bookings? Okay. Like, do you believe you can get them? Or are you like, no one's booking right now. It's so hard. I can't get any bookings. Like, what is your mindset? Or do you honestly believe, yeah, you know what? There's people out there. Maybe I haven't had success maybe the past couple of days or the past couple of weeks getting the yeses, but I know it's logistically sound to know that if I keep asking, I'm going to get them. You know, I know those bookings. It's kind of like a Where's Waldo. I just have to define those Waldos for the bookings. Because my friends, you have to remember your brain isn't as smart as you think it is. It will believe what you tell it. Okay. If you keep telling yourself that there's no bookings out there, right? That no one is booking, guess what? You're not gonna get creative. You're not gonna look for the opportunities that are out there. And actually, there's an actual system in your brain that because you're saying, oh, there's no bookings, that portion in your brain, it's called the reticular activating system. How about that for some big words on a Tuesday, right? But this system will say, oh, well, you're telling me there's no booking. So there's literally no reason for me to look for any booking. So somebody could actually be sending you every signal they want to book and you'll look right past them. Okay. But if you feed into your brain, you know what? Yes, people definitely want to book. We have the best host system. I'm super fun. The bookings are there. I am creative. I am savvy with this. Your brain will actually say, yes, you are. Yes, we're going to get these bookings, and you'll start noticing things in a different light. Okay. So we have to start with mindset. I could give you all these tips, my friends, but if you are going to choose, and it is a choice, if you are going to choose to have a crap mindset, there's nothing I can do for you. Okay. So right now you have to deliberately choose, am I going to have the mindset that yes, I can fill my calendar, that yes, there are bookings out there, right? I don't know where they're going to come from just yet, but they're going to come. Okay. So I had to address that. Next question is, do you even know how many bookings that you want? You know, I always love this. People say as many as I can get. That your brain needs hardcore numbers to work with. Okay. So to actually even get your number, you need to know why you want the bookings. Okay. Is it you want new furniture? Do you want to take your family to Disney this summer? Are you working to get out of debt? Is it because you yourself you want an extra $500 of spending money? Maybe there's a nonprofit you want to give back to on a monthly basis. Maybe you have a wedding coming up for yourself or a child. I don't know what your reasons are. But once you know why you need the bookings, you can tie it to an actual monetary amount that you would need every single month to come in to hit those goals. And then you can look at your show average and say, okay, that means to hit that goal, right? So for example, if I need to make $1,000 a month to become debt free by this time next year, which would totally change my family tree, my show average is $500. I need to have 8 parties every single month. Okay. I know I did that very fast, and that's a whole nother training of breaking down show averages and all that. But you see what I did? I took my why. I want to get out of debt. Why? Because it's going to change my family tree. Okay. I want to pay for my daughter's wedding. Why? Because she's my daughter. I love her, and I want to create that magical experience because she's only getting married once. Right. I want that new couch. Why? Because my old one's crap and I'm embarrassed when my friends come over because it's got chocolate milk stains and it smells like rotten feet. You know, I want the new couch. Why? So I'm not embarrassed. Here's how much I need. Here's how many shows. Okay. You have to know the why, and you have, because that's going to tie to the number. And now you know your number, you're going to write it in a big, big, big number. Put it in your calendar. This is why I'm such a fan of still paper calendars, because they're so visual. You can pop it there. You're going to put it on sticky notes all over the place on your car dashboard and on your mirror. You're going to, in your bathroom, going to write it with your eyeliner and all this, so that everywhere you go, if your number is 8 bookings in the month, or if it's 16 or whatever, it's everywhere, because you're telling your brain, this is how many parties I'm having this month. Okay. If you want to take it another step, you can make up, like, say your number was 16, make up 16 host packets and you put them right there, because it's like, hey, these got to leave the house. It's another great visual. You're like, well, I don't send host packets. We'll start. I don't know. Okay. It's just another visual. Now, parties. Let's talk about getting bookings in the party. And then we're going to shift and talk about bookings outside of the party. Okay. Because now you're armed with your new mindset. Okay. You're armed with, you know, your why you're doing this, why you want the bookings, and how many you need. So let's talk about the parties. First off, you have to remember, people are going to book from you because they like you. Okay. Number one reason. Yes, we have a great host program and the host specials are amazing. But if they don't like you, they ain't booking with you. Okay. Plain and simple. So how are you engaging with your guests in your parties? Okay. If you're putting, so I know a lot of us are still doing mostly virtual right now. If you're just putting these posts like, here's the rapid prep mandolin, but, and, you know, here's our stoner, but, and here's the specials, but, you know, and it's just these very salesy post after post after post, and there's no interaction, no reason for them to respond. Okay. It's going to fall flat. Okay. Well, you can put something like, here's our rapid prep mandolin. I'm curious, what would be the top 3 things you would like to use it to do through this item? Post below for 10 bonus tickets. So they post, so say Patty then posts, you know, oh, I would do apples, zucchini, and onions. That sounds fantastic, Patty. I'm curious why you chose apples. Now, what did I just do there? I engaged with her. I could have said, oh, great choices, flat, right? I'm just done. But I've ended with a question. Okay. Oh, I would choose apples because I have my grandkids over and they're obsessed with apples. Oh my word. You have to tell me more about these grandbabies. Like, how many do you have? What are the ages? I have 2 boys myself. You see, I took a simple post about a rapid prep mandolin. She said apples and I took it, and now we're bonding over children. Do you see, guys? This is why we ended questions. Now she's starting to like me because I'm human. Okay. Another way that we're going to build relationships in our parties, besides just the posts in our parties and asking questions, is getting them to engage with us in private messaging. Okay. So we want them to message us first, because if we message them first and we're not friends, they're most likely not going to see it. Okay. So a really great idea is to hide a certain picture in your posts. So for example, last month I hid a potato. So the first post in my party was the welcome post. It's like, hey, I've hidden this potato right here. This potato. He is hidden all around the party. When you spot him, you must private message me in what picture you saw him. Okay. Now, right now I'm doing flowers. So here's these 3 flowers when you spot them. It's so funny because it's like, oh, I found a flower in the quick cooker. What? What's a flower? Would you be cooking a flower? And what you do is the first couple of times they send it, I just send a GIF of like a dancing flower, like last was a dancing potato. And I was like, way to go, you spotted the flower. The third time they find the item, I'm like, oh my word, you are on fire. How are you liking the party? And they're like, oh my word, this is so much fun. And I'm like, hey, we should totally keep the fun going. Are you thinking about having one of your own? It's a natural segment, right?
Private message, Grace?
Yes. Yep. And it's all because it's based off of they're just sending you out that they spotted these. Now, I don't do that the first message. It's the third one, by the third spotting. Okay. You know, and it's just, you know, so fun. And if they're not quite ready, then I'm like, no problem. Tell me, what are you doing today for fun? Are you doing anything fun? Well, no, I'm just doing laundry. And then I'll just keep talking. Oh my word, yeah, laundry, so blah, blah, blah. And then I will tell you then by the end of the party, even though they've already said no once, I'll circle back around and be like, okay, Patty, I know you turned me down once. And this is not me being obnoxious, but you have been such a hoot. So I have to ask, was that no you gave me earlier in the week, was like that a no never, or just like a no not right now? And you know what I hear? Well, I just can't do one in the next couple of weeks. Well, you want to know what? I don't even have room in the next couple of weeks, Patty. We'd be looking mid-May. How does that sound? And you'll get in on my big raffle. Oh, okay. So I don't care if they tell me no right up front, because I'm going to keep the conversation going. Because how many of us we hear no, we're like, okay, have a nice day.
Yeah.
You know, you defeated my pride because
Yes.
you maybe said a no, and God forbid somebody says no, even though I tell my toddler no all day long and he still doesn't give 2 hoots, whatever. No, I keep the conversation going. Hey, no problem, girlfriend. So tell me what you're doing today. What kind of fun things? You know, I know a lot of times it's like, oh, you know, it's like I said, I'll hear like laundry and stuff, and then we just joke around about, but I keep those conversations going. Okay. And then I circle back around with that booking ask, and I get that clarification, guys. Get that clarification. I know you already told me no. Was that a no never or just a no not right now? Okay. Work with your host to get bookings, guys. Okay. So what I do is during the party, like usually halfway through, like around Wednesday, what I do is I send them a voice clip. And it sounds like this. Hey, Alicia, I just want to let you know that you're going to be up for a really crazy booking incentive. So what you want to do right now is start keeping your eyeballs open for those in your party that you know have to book a party. Because then on Monday, I'm going to give you a challenge and you're going to want to be ready for it. Okay, my friend? So just get ready. So I'm priming the pump. So Monday, Alicia gets this message from me. Hey, Alicia, you know me, you know I love a deal. And we're going to get you lots of deals with your host order, but the deals don't stop with that. Did you know that for every party booked from you, you will get a 40% off item at that party? And when you get 3 parties booked, when the third one is submitted, you can get a $50 credit from Pampered Chef. It doesn't expire. Would you like me to show you how easy it is to get these 3 bookings? They say, sure. I say, okay, this is what's going to happen. It takes 12 to 15. You need to ask 12 to 15 people to get these 3 bookings. So what you're going to do is you're going to do 12 messages where you're going to have me in the message and your friend. And I send them the message that says, hey, thank you so much for joining my party. Hope you had a great time. I'm in this booking challenge. I need to get 3 bookings. And I was hoping you would say yes. The party's been so fun, blah, 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 right? They have to put me in that message because I tell them, when you send the 12 messages, I'm going to give you a $10 credit on your host order as a way to go. But I have to be in those messages to know to give you credit. Okay. Let me know if you do not know how to send messages with multiple people. Guys, you got to ask that. I've had so many people like, I have no clue. Okay. So you can show them how to do that, right? So like, for example, right now, I have a couple of hosts that they did their messages last night. Some of the people got back. We booked a few parties. There's some, though, there's a lot of people that haven't responded. So now today, I'm going to go back in and be like, hey there, my friend. I'm just circling around. Just wanted to touch base and make sure you saw the message from your girlfriend. Wouldn't want you to miss out because I actually also do a monthly giveaway and I would love to get you in on that. So would you like to help her hit this challenge? If not, no worries. I'm not going to keep harassing. Ha ha ha. But I just wanted to find out, you know, if you wanted to get in on this. So I message them. Even if they say no, I say, no worries. I'm just curious, is that a no, not right now, or a no, never, just so we know how to plan. And here is one of my favorite recipes as a thank you for actually responding. You are the best. And I just send a link for like the warm caramel nutty brownies. That's a beautiful picture. Okay. But that's what I'm working with my hosts, partnering with them. Now I've had hosts that have said, no, I don't want that. I don't want to do that. Okay. Okay. So that leads me to the next thing. I use Visly, and that's a whole nother training. I use Visly to send out all my reminder thank yous and booking texts. So as soon as somebody orders the next day or the day of, they get a thank you text from me through Visly, just thanking them for their order. After the party is done, and it typically happens on Wednesdays, I shoot out booking messages to everyone who's ordered and everyone who has filled out my Google survey from the form, asking if they would like to book a party. Okay. What's so interesting is I've had a couple of hosts that turned me down for doing this. And then I come back and I'm like, so you know how you said none of your friends want to have a party? Well, these 3 people did. And they're like, oh, so I get the extra $10 credit. I'm like, no, sorry, babe. You didn't send 12 messages. I did. So I'm going to treat myself to Starbucks on you. Thank you.
I love it.
Okay. But send those texts. Now, you don't have to use Visly for that, guys. You can go in and you can just from your phone, you know, send some quick, hey, party's ended. I would love to see our host get this, you know, really cool challenge that's being offered. Could I count on you to be one of her bookings? Easy peasy. And I tell them it can happen anytime in the next 6 months. Okay. You do need to track this, guys. Doesn't have to be complicated. Get yourself a notebook and you're going to put your host name at the top of the page. And then as guests are ordering, put the people that have ordered at the top. What I do, because my parties run on like Monday, really Monday through Thursday. I have a few posts that trickle over the weekend, but I'm not in. Then that following Monday, I draw a line. And then anybody who was in the party, I write their name below that. So I've highlighted people who have ordered. Here's the people who haven't. And then I can keep track of who is booked. Who did I actually message to book, right? So I'm not like, did I message them or not? And oh my word, I just sent a booking message to somebody. I already sent a booking message, right? So that's just an easy way to track it. But you need to track it, guys, because how are you going to know if your system is working if you're not tracking these numbers? Now, that whole system I just told you about partnering with a host and all that, if you look up on YouTube, Stacy Itzel, bookings from parties, you need to watch that. That's where I got that information from, guys. And she actually shows her tracker. So I basically just took her tracker. I saw what she showed, made my own based on hers, and that's what I'm using. So I can't really take credit for any of that, okay? But I will really encourage you all to just go on YouTube, put in Stacy's name and bookings from parties. Then she has a separate video on how to use her tracker, okay? So full credit to her because that it really works and it is so common sense and it's easy. Just remember, even though something is simple, I should say, it's simple. Even though something simple doesn't always make it easy because it's a new discipline to learn, right? But I love the simplicity of her system. So now outside of parties, let's do a little mental shift. Okay. I offer a monthly drawing. Okay. I offer a monthly drawing because when I get people that have experienced maybe not stellar parties in the past, did you ever hear that excuse? Right? Like, oh, I tried having a party and it didn't, it wasn't successful. Now they're worried that they're going to waste your time. They're going to look like a dork. And, so what I tell them is, my friend, we don't have a magic 8-ball. Like, we don't know what the party's going to do. I mean, I know I'm going to host coach her amazing and it'll be fine. But anyway, we don't have a magic 8-ball. This is why I do a monthly drawing. So when you nab one of my last dates, you're going to go in for my April host drawing for a big bunch of goodies. Okay. So what this does is it gives them a little bit more courage, because I say, no matter what, you're going to go into this drawing. Okay. And guys, I've got stuff in my stash. I mean, like, it's like crazy. When you promote to draw, you get goodies, yada, yada. But I mean, you can even go on the outlet and get stuff. People always say, well, what's the amount you give? The amount, that's not the point here. Go by your budget. Go by what you have on hand, right? The point is offer something, okay? It gets people's attention. Heck, you could even, like, 4 of you could go in together, right? And chip in $25 a piece, right? And say, listen, we're all going to put in $25 so that we can say we're doing this $100 drawing, right?
Mhm.
And then at the end of the month, we're all putting all of our host names in. We're going to pull one name, and like, even if my host isn't pulled, I'm still going to chip in my 25 because I committed to it, right? But it was only 25 bucks out of my pocket. And think of all the bookings I got because I was able to market to people, hey, make sure you get on my calendar for April so you can get in on this $100 drawing.
Yeah.
You see? This is why you need to all be working together. We're not separate entities. You're part of a team for a reason, right? You need to get together and join forces. Heck, think about it. 6 of you put in 25 bucks. Now you're up to $150 drawing. Do you see? And nobody's going to get snotty if your person's not drawn. Okay. Do it another month. Maybe they will. Okay. But I love doing this because then I can mark it on my wall. And if you're some of you might have noticed yesterday, I did. You can do things like, if you love Pampered Chef, pick a number between yada, yada to yada, yada to possibly be entered into a drawing. Okay. And then people pick their number, right? And then you message them, hey, it's so easy to get on my drawing. Just simply agree to nab one of my last spots for April for a quick, easy virtual party. And boom, you go in for the drawing. Post okay below to let me know you want in.
Wow.
Right? Guys, do that. I mean, it's so easy because there you go. Okay, now out and about, think about it. This is where this drawing is also going to tie into this. Say you're in Aldi's, you're checking out, right? And the cashier, she's so cute. And you're like, hey, listen, I'm going to give you this catalog. I'm your local Pampered Chef gal. And they're like, oh, my word, I love Pampered Chef. You're like, listen, I am doing this really cool drawing. I'd love to get you in on it. So, well, I pull out like my debit card and all this. Hand her the catalog. There needs to be a sticky note on the front. I need you to throw your name and the best number you receive, text that on there because I need to text you with the rest of the info on how to get in on my big $100 drawing. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I finish paying, you throw that on there and I'll text you later on how you can get in on this. Okay. She's like, okay. Or he's like, over. Ooh. And you're like, okay, thank you. Have fun looking at the book. Have a great day. See ya. Okay. You're going to text them later and say, hey, it was so fun meeting you. This is Lisa, your Pampered Chef gal. To get in on the drawing, this is what happens. We're going to do a quick online party or a Zoom, whatever you're offering, right? Would you like to give this a whirl? Okay. You go to the bank. You're going to do the same thing. I don't care if you're going through the drive-through or you're going in. You can do that through the drive-through. You just send the catalog, all rolled up through the tube, right? Okay. Mm-hmm. Do this, guys, because for some of you, if your pool of people is more like a puddle, you could make that puddle into a lake of just 2 weeks of conscientiously, I can't even say that word, consciously, doing three of these a day, 5 days a week. And to sweeten it, put 3 M&Ms in your pocket. You can't come home until you've eaten all 3 M&Ms. So you get to eat an M&M after you get someone's info. Okay, there you go. But guys, it's such an easy way. And like some people are like, to do out and about contacts. I mean, is that even a thing anymore? Have we even had trainings on this recently? No, because we've had Rona, but now things are opening up, right? We're out there. Take the fear out of it because who doesn't want a chance to get into a $100 drawing, guys? Right? It's not like, I'm your local Pampered Chef lady, and I'd like to have a party. Do you think maybe? No, you're saying, hey, you want to know? I want to get you on this drawing. I'll text you later. Okay, because you don't have time to explain it all. They're like probably being timed with how many customers they're getting through. So there you go. Okay. Now, last but not least, marketing the host specials. This kind of cracks me up because I love it when I see other consultants and they'll put up on Facebook like things like the this or that, you know, like, oh, like this month, do you want the blender or do you want the quick cooker? Because they're on sale and our host could use their 60% off on that, right? Like as well. Well, what if somebody has no clue how cool our blender is? And what if somebody has no clue what that quick cooker is? They're looking at a picture like, I don't want either because I don't even know what they do.
Yeah. Like,
I'll be frank, when home office called me to test the blender for them, at first they're like, it's a blender. I'm like, that's stupid. A blender. Like, I'm thinking like my mom's like Sunbeam blender, you know, we made milkshakes. I'm like, what? Like, sorry, home office. But then they told me all the things it could do. And then I was like, oh my gosh. So guys, if you want to get bookings for this month, I'm going to tell you, you got to go live with that blender. You go to Aldi's and you get the jar of peanuts for $1.89, and you drop it in your blender and you go live. And in a minute and 45 seconds, when you start pouring that peanut butter out and people are drooling all over their bodies that are watching that, and you're like, listen, you can buy it. It's 20% off, but I have 2 spots. That's it to get you another 60% off. 2 60% off coupons. Drop me an emoji below if you think one of them should go to you.
wow.
People are dropping emojis. You're like, hey, nab one of my last party spots for this month and you get this blender. You do the quick cooker, guys. Go live and take out like a brick of chicken, frozen chicken, and be like, how many of you have had this happen? You forgot to take the chicken out of the freezer. Now you got the brick. Guess you're having cereal for dinner. Not us. I'm dropping the brick of chicken in and half a jar of this salsa, and we're going to be eating in no time. Put the lid on, show pictures later and be like, yes, you can have this miracle, item in your kitchen. I only have a couple spots left. We'll get to 60% off coupon. But you see, guys, you have to show it to them. You have to put the visual in their head. Just showing these two, you want this or this, this percent off. They have no clue. No clue. Go live and just show that blender cleaning, especially after you make the peanut butter. Like, who wants to hand wash that after peanut butter, right? Like, what the what?
Yes.
Right? Go live and drop some frozen salmon in the quick cooker and be like, yeah, you see that reading right? Seafood cooks in 3 minutes, y'all. Like, what the what? Right? I mean, show them these. And I always laugh when people are like, I don't like going live because I don't like people to see me. I'm like, newsflash, apparently your mama never told you, but unless you wear a bag over your head, people see you every day.
Right.
In the world, like you're there. You're
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Can't get around it, right?
Yes.
So I'm just telling you.
Yes.
And guys, here's the thing. Guess what? I promise you, when you go live, the child is going to start screaming. The dogs are going to start barking. Your phone is going to fall. It might even fall into the food. Then they're done that. The doorbell's going to ring. Something. Your husband's going to walk by and toot. Whatever.
Mhm.
It's all going to happen. And
Yes.
it makes it real, and people love it because it's light. It's not polished. They know because you're being real. Like, oh snap, I could actually do this.
Mhm.
If you're all polished and professional, they don't relate, right? Like, seriously, I want to see the pineapple fly off the countertop, and I want to see like all the funninesses. Like yesterday, I didn't even know how to say the recipe. I was making this apple cooch and cute. It almost sounded dirty after a while when I said, oh my word. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say this recipe, but it was fine, right? Whatever. Heck, I realized when I was halfway through showing the avocado tool, I forgot the name of it for one. And then I realized I didn't know how to use the darn thing. I was like, is this what you use to scoop it out? I don't know. I'm learning with all of you. I mean, they laugh. It's fine. But guys, back to it. When you have these amazing host specials and you have these things you want to show, you've got to go live and show it to them. Okay. Otherwise, just showing this picture, who wants this at 60% off?
Ain't gonna happen.
Falls flat. Okay. Falls flat, my friends. So with that, I hope you got a few little ideas there to help yourselves, just fill up your calendars, have fun doing it. And that's what I have for you.
You are awesome, Grace. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I wish I could be right. I mean, this is all having to stick in my brain. So I hope somebody was writing, Alicia, Patty, somebody that's on this call. And we have it recorded.
You can always
Good.
listen to it. Yeah.
Yeah, we have it recorded and I will listen to it over and over again because it is easy. It is just that easy. And you're so duplicatable and real, and people love that. And with the newbies that I have on my team, they are so nervous about going live. And I'm just like, then show your hands, just show your kid doing something. Just, you know, you could, there's so many different little video things that you can take pictures and put music behind it. And, you know, so I'm like, ease into it.
Yeah.
So lots of great ideas, but I love the training your brain to just say, yes, there are bookings there, because I had to tell myself there's bookings out there, new ways to do it. I'm having to get creative, but I ain't giving up. And so
That's right.
I love about you and stuff. So let's open it up for a few questions. If anybody has, I know Alicia, I guess if somebody does, or Patty.
They have to unmute themselves. Everybody's muted. So if you have a question, just unmute yourself and go ahead and ask it.
Okay.
You know what? I just have one really quick question. So the monthly challenge, Grace, that every single, how do you get, so I love how you're using that, you know, like you're like, well, wait, do you want to get on my monthly challenge? So when do you, it has nothing to do with the parties, right? No.
Like, wait, what do you mean? Like,
Well,
I mean, they have to hold a party.
Right. They have to hold the party. So, but you do this, you just do this in every show, right?
So every month, so like right now, for all my hosts for April, okay, beginning of May, all their names will go on my little wheel spinner. And I didn't even go live with the wheel spinner, guys. And I'm not gonna lie, if there was one host out of the whole month that she rocked it out. I mean, she did everything and she had rockin' sales and bookings. Sometimes I just pick that person because I'm like, dang, like last month I had this girl, she had, I think her show ended up being almost $1,900. She got bookings. She was so on it, like everything. I mean, and she was so fun in the party and she was coming up with, she made her own graphics. I mean, she's like, what do you do for your, and I told her Canvas. She wouldn't sign up for Canva. I'm like, oh my word. So I'm like, I'm not even doing a wheel spinner. You win. I'm not even gonna chance that, you know, slacker Sally over here that like couldn't even like whatever is even gonna have a chance. So I'm sorry. Like I am playing favorites. Mama is playing favorites. Yes. And you know what I love? Not only did she get a crap ton of stuff, I went through her list. I was like, hey, don't tell anyone, but I didn't announce the winner yet. You're the winner. And I was like, I see things that you have on your list that I have in my stash. I'm just going to take them off your list to save you more money. She's like, oh, you know? So, you know, guys, like, I'm just saying, yeah, some months it's rigged. When you have that person that is amazeballs, I am all about rewarding for good behavior. But there's one winner each month, right?
Okay. And it's everybody that hosts the show. I mean,
exactly.
Okay.
Right. And in some months, you know, some months are bigger than other months. So like I've had some months where it's like a $50 box, harder to book months. Cause let's face it, like sometimes August, cause it's that end of summer, right? And then you have, that might be a $200 box.
Right.
February is typically, and that's also my birthday month in February, $200 box. Okay. So you can be strategic. Now, if you're out there, like, again, remember, if you're like, I don't have that much to give, again, pool your resources with other consultants.
It's a great idea. That's a great idea.
And it doesn't have to be what you paid for the product. It is retail value. So like they just added a ton of great stuff to the outlet.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. And then you just ship it. You just pay for the shipping to the winner if they live out of your area, correct?
Yeah, I ship. Girlfriend, I'm so bad at making deliveries. They could live 5 minutes down the road and I still ship it.
What about cutie hubby? Get that cutie hubby to drive over there.
That's right.
You know what, Patty? I am like, from going from complete cooking show consultant to virtual, I'm like, give me all the tax write-offs.
Yes. Yes.
I will pay that. I will pay that $40 to ship that.
Yeah,
that tax write-off. Darn it.
Otherwise, I know.
Yeah, that's true.
I gotcha.
Oh my word.
For sure.
Okay, anybody else? Questions? Now,
I have a question. Grace, I also do the monthly host drawing.
Mhm.
What do you do when you have like one of your hosts then signs up?
Mhm.
Do you still keep them in that drawing?
No, they're a consultant now. They have other ways
Okay.
now that they joined my team to earn goodies from.
Because I struggle with that and I kind of got burned a couple of months ago in the double month. Because when it's double free month, I do a bigger gift. Like I ended up with 3 of the Dutch ovens, the cast iron Dutch ovens. So I did one of those was my drawing to get more bookings for January. Because I'll tell them at the beginning of the month, this is what this month's,
Oh,
you know.
Yeah, I never tell them because I don't want to be tethered to that. I'm too much of a free spirit.
Yeah. Gotcha.
okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
That way, if I have a surplus of like, you know, napkin rings, I can throw them. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Yes.
Patty.
Clean out that closet.
How
Clean
about
out
some
that closet.
tassel
I think I
napkins?
still have like 20 cents of like the plastic utensils. So
Oh,
every
yeah,
winter,
yeah,
like everyone's
yeah.
like, oh,
Totally. How about
Yeah.
celebrate plates? You got any of those?
what? The what?
Celebrate plates. Those celebrate plates.
No, I did. The last of my celebrate when I think like 3 years ago, at, like my host Christmas gala.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
that's a
Grace,
great.
I have a question. This is Jamie
Mhm.
Waters. Thank you. This was really fun. I appreciate your time. You had mentioned about your Google form, and I'm just curious because that's something I'm really struggling with, getting participation on that. And I know that some people have been doing it the pre-party, fill it out, and some people do it after. And I'm just curious what you do.
So I took this idea again from Stacy. So I do it at the end. So actually, Wednesdays are always like my winners are announced. So like today I will go in and I will post the Google form and I will tag everybody in the party. And I'll be like, this is your chance to get 100 bonus tickets because winners are announced tomorrow. So if you're feeling a little lacking or you want to secure your spot and most likely getting your name pulled, fill this in. So I noticed Stacy was so spot on that when it's just in there, people like, you know, but when they're tagged and there's a high ticket value, yeah.
Great.
So I have
Thank
a
you so
question
much. That's
about that.
helpful.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. So for that drawing slip, so what's your follow-up wording that you use for bookings?
So I don't base it just off the drawing slip. So if they fill in the drawing slip, because their phone numbers listed on there, like they put that in, they will get a booking message as well as anybody who ordered. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So all of those texts go out on the same day.
Okay.
And that, let me see if I can pull it. Give me a second. That is, where did that go? My laptop. The cutie hubby does those for me. Let me just see if I can pull one up because I use Visly. Because that sends text for you. Is this one?
You use Visibly for all of your postings too on your parties?
I don't. I use Post My Party for that.
You use, okay.
Why did you pick Visly then for your?
Because Post My Party doesn't send text for me.
Okay.
I already had so many templates saved in Post My Party when I learned about Visly. I didn't want to take the brain space to learn a new thing for templates. So I was like, okay, another text right off.
Mhm.
And now
That
I know
makes
there's like
sense.
this project broadcast, like there's so many things. It's kind of like you have to choose your battles, I think, sometimes with all this technology. I'll have the cutie hubby, Lisa, send those words over because I am not getting my hands on them. He has them all saved in a document because he just copies and pastes them.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
That'd be great.
And that happens on Wednesday. So like, just to give you kind of like a little flow. So like my parties start on Monday and the first 3 days are very loose and very gamey and fun. And there's a few product posts. Thursday is my heavy hitting day. I call it my actual party day. And there's lots of posts that day. More products, there's still games. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday after that, a couple of posts a day. And then Monday's the day that I give my host her challenge for the bookings. She has until Tuesday to complete it, because then Wednesday is the day I'm announcing winners, and I'm sending out all those texts to everybody
Okay.
to get those bookings.
And when does your party like close as far as postings? On that
So I mean, once I post the winners, that's done.
That's
But
done,
like,
okay.
I send my host a message that says, okay, so you know, here's the link again to your host dashboard. When you are ready, fill up your cart, put the payment in, hit submit. Please let me know that you've done. I know we get emails, but I like them to, there's no rush to do this, but just know your order's not in until I hit the final submit. I leave it up to them.
Right.
I'm not OCD like that. Like, I don't have to see parties, because we're on direct ship now. So like, for example, I have one girl, she's like, I don't know, over 3,000, I think, in sales, because she's had an open party for like 3 years. She just keeps having parties over and over. I'm like, don't you want to redeem? She's like, yeah, someday. It's fine. I just have fun
My
with this.
gosh.
Whatever.
That's hysterical. Now, and when do you go live on every party? Do you have a thing like
No, I when I go live on my wall, so I tell people in my parties, like, I'm not going to go live in the party. I have videos of me and like some of Mama Duke, my mom and them. But if you want to see me go live, you have to friend me with the event, because you'll see me go live. But then, guys, remember, when you go live on your walls, you can always save those.
Yes.
So I save it, and then I immediately upload it to YouTube.
Okay.
Right. And then I have all that video content that then I can put in my parties.
Okay, perfect. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. So that's good. So you are going live on your personal page, just doing your parties and having fun.
Right.
And it's not salesy. It's just people getting to know you, in your life. And that's awesome. I love it.
People sometimes will be like, aren't you worried that like people you don't really know see your children? I'm like, there's some days I wouldn't mind if they took my children. They bring them right back.
Yeah, really, they will. They'll bring them back. Anybody else with any questions?
Great, Grace.
And like, seriously, guys, I can't recommend it enough. Look up that video from Stacy. I watched it. I listened to it like 3 times, twice in the shower. I don't know if that's weird, but I did. And then I actually made the cutie hubby. He watched it and he took notes on it and drafted me like an outline from it. Because I wanted another mic. And then I actually put a challenge out to my team. I gave them 3 days to watch it. And then I did a quick little Google survey that they had to fill in. And then whoever completed that by the day, they got happy mail from me, because seriously, like, it is so good, guys.
Okay, that's awesome. We will definitely do that. I think that's great, because I just.
And actually, the tracker, Stacy we have the tracker that she shared that we actually have. So we don't have to create your tracker because we have it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I missed the first bit. Yeah. So we do. Yeah.
Cool.
And she doesn't care if that gets shared. Just make sure to give her credit, because she, spent time on that.
Right.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Brilliant.
That is very, very good. So, well, thank you so much. I just thank you. Hey, I'm going to ask you, since I can't see, what color is your hair right now?
Oh, it's blonde. So for those who are like, why did she ask her that? My hair's been like every shade.
And then you pull it off,
and
girl.
Lisa, I have extensions in, so it's actually really long too.
Really?
Yeah, like mermaid hair. Like
I wish I could see it. I wish I could see that.
Lisa, someday when we're in person, I'll let you stroke it and run your hands through it. It won't be weird, I promise.
Okay, no, that's totally fine. That's
but no,
one of the things. Yeah, that's awesome.
The cutie hubby, he just loves the blonde, and you all saw him, so hey.
You gotta please him. That's right. Yep. But Grace is the one person that I saw, I remember at one conference, and your hair was pink. And she can pull that off. That is just amazing. That is absolutely amazing. So, and you have the personality to match. I love it. I appreciate you so much.
We'll give you all the beauty tips as well. She had us doing eyelashes.
Yeah, I can teach Anita how to do your falsies. I can teach you that, definitely. Okay. I can recommend a great laser person for you to get rid of the beard and the stashes.
Okay.
Alicia's like, oh my word.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording now.
Why? They need that information.